Hello, hello. Welcome to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 foods that are really good for helping to support sleep and how you could incorporate those into an evening salad, for example, to help you with your sleep. So we'll dive into that in this video. Thank you so much again for joining me today. You are appreciated. If you want to check out the 2025 Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, you can in the link in the description box below. This is your one chance this year to get the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle with all of our brand new content. So this bundle is brand new, never before released stuff from everybody who contributed, including my brand new raw vegan sushi ebook that has 160 recipes. This is brand new, again, never before released. You get it when you buy the bundle. It's over $1,000 worth of brand new stuff for $50. You have until May 11th to purchase, and you have until June 30th to download onto your device. So once you buy the bundle, take 5 to 10 minutes and download everything before June 30th. Once you download it, it's yours forever. So don't delete the files, put them in a safe backup just in case. You have until June 30th to download that content, and then you can enjoy everything for as long as you want. Indefinitely, you can enjoy the content that's in there. So today, I want to chat about 5 ingredients. These are raw ingredients that can help to improve your sleep and how you could combine all of those into one meal in your evening meal. The number one top food for sleep is actually tart cherries. Cherries are one of the only foods that have natural melatonin in them, and even just a handful of cherries can actually help stimulate your body and get it ready for sleep because you'll be adding more melatonin into your body. Also, obviously, doing those good sleep hygiene things like turning off the screens after the sun goes down, turning down the lights, or moving over to candlelight, kind of a reddish orange light in the evening hours, blackout curtains, all of that kind of stuff can help with sleep. But for the food, cherries can actually help your body to have more melatonin so you have a better sleep. The second food would be kiwi. Kiwi can actually help with your serotonin, and serotonin is a precursor to melatonin. Kiwi is also amazing for the microbiome. It has some prebiotic fibers in there that are very supportive, and it also has a lot of antioxidants. So it's really good support for the body. So kiwis and cherries. Then we have sprouted chickpeas. Sprouted chickpeas have tryptophan. And again, tryptophan and serotonin are precursors to melatonin. So if we can get more foods in that have tryptophan and serotonin to stimulate our body to produce those, then we are more likely to produce more melatonin, which helps with our sleep. So sprouted chickpeas is another ingredient. To sprout your chickpeas, they're very easy to do. You don't have to wait until they have little tails. Soak chickpeas that are meant for sprouting. Those are the best ones. You can get some from the Sprouting Company, link in the description box below for that. They have sproutable chickpeas, or you can get Anthony's. They have some sproutable ones on Amazon, links below. You want to rinse them really well and then soak them in water for 48 hours. Now, I've made sprouted chickpeas in the past, and most places or online will say to soak overnight or whatever for 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours, whatever. I never had much success with a short soak time. I soak them for 48 hours, which is 2 full days. Don't drain the water unless you're changing the water. You can change the water if you want, totally up to you. You might notice a little bit of foamy stuff that happens at the top of the soak water. That is totally normal. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just scrape it off. Change the water if you want. Rinse them really well. The rinsing is going to be really good. And then fill it back up with water if you're changing the water. You want them to be fully submerged. Another tip is to stir the chickpeas when you put the water in, just so they don't swell and get stuck in the jar, because they're going to grow they're going to soak up that water. And if they don't have space in between after you put the water in, then they can like clump together. So once you put the chickpeas in, fill it with water and then give it a little stir. You also want to release the air bubbles that could trap bacteria or what have you. So you want to release as many air bubbles as you can. Let it sit for 48 hours in the water. Then after the 48 hours, then you rinse and drain for about 24 hours. So 3 times, like morning, noon, night. You want to rinse and drain the water so the chickpeas have a chance to breathe and possibly sprout. They don't need tails for them to be edible at this point. Some of them might have little tiny tails, some might grow long ones, and some might not have any. But that doesn't mean that they're not edible. I personally prefer them when they don't have long tails. So at this point, after I have soaked for 48 hours and then rinse and drain for 24 hours, at that point, I give them one more really good rinse and I separate into little 1-cup containers and put them in the freezer. Freezing the chickpeas actually helps to soften them and makes them way more enjoyable to eat after. So that's how I do the chickpeas. But chickpeas have the tryptophan in there, which can help. It's a precursor to melatonin. So chickpeas, kiwi, and cherries. Then you have your dark leafy greens because magnesium is so good for calming and relaxing and helping us with our sleep. So leafy greens of all kinds. You can have kale, spinach, even romaine. All of the leafy greens are going to have some amount of magnesium in there. So have a nice big leafy green salad. And then the final one is pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds also have tryptophan and some zinc in them. So they are wonderful to pair with these other ingredients. So if you wanted to have kind of a melatonin supportive, sleep supportive salad, you could have a variety of greens, make your salad. You could put all kinds of greens in there with other things that you want to, bell pepper and tomatoes and whatever else you want to put in your salad. And then you could make a dressing with all of the other ingredients. You could make a cherry, kiwi, pumpkin seed dressing. So to make a good dressing, you're going to need 5 kind of hits. Basically, you want the sweet, you want the sour, you want the kind of umami or grounding, you want aromatic, you want spice, and you might want a little bit of fats in there too. So what I would do is I would take a handful of cherries, I would take 1 kiwi, and that will be fairly on the sour side. So to balance out with the sweet, I would probably add about 3 dates to that as well to balance the sweet. Then you're going to put maybe some miso paste or some coconut aminos. You want to get that salty umami-ness to it. You're going to have, for the fats, you're going to have your pumpkin seeds. So maybe 3 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds you could put in the dressing. And then you could blend that with, maybe if you wanted a little more tart, you could put some lemon juice in there or apple cider vinegar. You could add a couple cloves of garlic. You could add a teaspoon of onion powder. If you wanted it to be a little spicy, you could put some cayenne pepper in there or chili powder, and then blend that with a little water, only if you need a little extra water to get it to blend, or if you like a thinner dressing, you could blend that. Blend that so you've got your cherries, you've got your pumpkin seeds, you have your kiwi in there, you've got spices, and it's going to taste delicious. And then you pour that over your salad and top it with your sprouted chickpeas. You could take them out of the freezer, thaw them under a little bit of warm water so they're still raw, and then you could add those on top of your salad. So you're getting a lot of melatonin supportive nutrients, the tryptophan, you're getting antioxidants, you're getting zinc in there, and a lot of magnesium, which is going to help your body prepare for sleep. So this would be an excellent dreamy time salad to make for your evening meal if you are looking for some food sources that would help be supportive for your sleep. So I just wanted to share a little bit about my top 5 favorite foods to help with sleep and how you can make them into a little salad. If you want more raw vegan recipes, if you want new raw vegan recipes, go check out the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle that's going on right now. The Raw Bundle only happens once a year, and it's always brand new content. So everything in this bundle is brand new. It's worth over $1,000 if you were to buy everything separately, but you only pay $50 until May 11th, and then you have until June 30th to download the content onto your device. So once you buy the bundle, go to the link in the description box below, buy the bundle, and then take 5 or 10 minutes to download all the content onto your device, put it in a safe backup like Google Drive or Dropbox or USB stick or whatever. And once it's downloaded, you have it forever. So you have until June 30th to do that this year. And you have until May 11th to buy the bundle. So if you want to get it now because it's over in just a few days. So please go check out the link in my description box below and get the new sushi ebook. That's part of the bundle, as well as Chef AJ's Make It Raw Volume 4. Nate's Cracker Book is in there. Chris Kendall has his myth busting ebook in there. There's some great content this year, so go check it out if you haven't yet. Link is down below. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. We will be back tomorrow for yet another one. Until then, I love you and fruit on.